Hey, I'm Rob from JestaThaRogue.com and I'm going to show you how to play Only Murders in the Building, the game. This is a game for 2 to 4 players, plays in about 45 minutes, is designed by Aaron Donner, Prospero Hall and David Iezzi and is published by Funko Games. Someone in the Arconia has been murdered. Players cooperatively move amateur detectives and podcasters Mabel, Charles and Oliver to search the apartments, finding clues and eventually the apartment where the killer is to win the game as a team. Guess the wrong apartment or allow the killer's accomplice to steal too many clues and you all lose the game. So dip into the comments like it's Oliver's dinner, smash the like button like it's a bottle at a stuntman's funeral and share like it's Mabel's secrets in season 1. On to setup. Put the Arconia board in the middle of the table. Put the yellow suspect tile on any yellow space on the courtyard, the central area of the Arconia board. For the first game, to make things a little easier, put it in one of the 2 most central spaces. Put the other 7 yellow object tiles randomly on the remaining magnifying glass spaces. Make sure the dashed line on the tile is in the same direction as the dashed line on the space. The X tile is a dead end and does not have a dash, so it can be placed in any orientation. Shuffle the clue tiles, episode cards and action cards into face down decks. Place a reminder token on each of the 12 small slots around the outside of the Arconia board. Put the stolen clue tracker, group text tile, accomplice dice and 4 movers nearby. Shuffle the solution cards and slide one into the building face down without looking at it. Make sure the word solution on the back of the card is visible so you know you have it slotted in the right way around. Return the other solution cards to the box without looking at them. Give each player a double-sided player aid and give a random start player the Mrs. Gambolini first player marker. A game is played over several rounds called episodes and each episode has 5 phases. Phase 1. Start of an episode. Flip over the top episode card. Try and flip it to keep the orientation so that north on the card matches the north on the Arconia board to make the rest of this phase easier. Add a random clue face up next to each shown apartment in the larger slot on the outside of the Arconia board. For example, this episode card said to put the clue token on the outside of apartments C, F, I and L. An apartment can hold any number of clues. Place the Oliver, Charles and Mabel movers as shown on the corner spaces on the episode card. For example, Mabel will start in the corner next to apartment I. So place the yellow Mabel mover in that corner space. In the first episode only, put the white accomplice mover in the remaining empty corner space. Phase 2. Make a plan. Players will discuss where they want their movers to move and search this episode. Movers can have multiple moves in an episode but can only search once. They can only search in an apartment where their mover colour matches the colour on the welcome mat. For example, only Charles and Oliver can search in apartment G. Once discussed, deal 6, 5 or 4 action cards to each player for a 2, 3 or 4 player game. Once you see your cards, you can't discuss anything with the other players until the end of the next phase. Phase 3. Move and search. The first player chooses a lead character. They then play a card with that lead character on it and perform an action on the card. These actions were to be move or search. You can always pass and not play a card at all if you want to, but more on that later. Let's look at moving and searching first. Movement cards will either give you a specific number or a range of spaces to move. Movers move in either direction, the exact number of spaces down a hallway without doubling back. You cannot move into the accomplice's space. If that would prevent full movement, you can't move in that direction at all. You can move between the secret passage spaces as if they were next to each other and move in either direction when leaving the secret passage. As I mentioned earlier, you can only search if the lead character's colour matches the colour on the welcome map, but you can also only search if that apartment contains a clue token. When searching, remove the lead character mover from the board and place any gained clue tiles in front of you face up. If you can't or don't want to play a card, you can pass, and here you have 2 options. The first is to simply remove the chosen lead character from the board. They won't be able to search this episode. The other option when you pass is to stall for time. Roll the die and move the accomplice mover that many spaces towards the nearest clue tile. They ignore the character mover and the secret passages. In the case of a tie for the closest clue tile, the accomplice will move clockwise. Any clue tokens in the apartments in the spaces they move into are stolen. Place them on the stolen clues board. This includes any clue tokens in apartments they move into and past in their movement. And if you do pass, you can play a card again next time your turn comes around. Once per episode, one player can flip the group text token and show all other players around the table one card in their hand. Play continues clockwise. When all 3 lead characters have been removed from the board, this phase ends, and you can talk again. Phase 4. Connect the clues. Collectively place the collective clues on the courtyard. These can be placed on any empty space or on top of a previously placed clue tile. If you connect a suspect to an object, immediately open that object's window on the building. For For example, here we have connected the subject to the bone. Open the window showing the bone in the building. If you see it, then you know the bone is in the killer's apartment. Remove reminder tokens from apartments without the object, in this case those without a bone, to help narrow down the correct apartment. If it shows an X, it isn't in that apartment. Remove reminder tokens from apartments with that object, in this case those with a bone, as a reminder that those apartments are in the clear. Phase 5, end of an episode. Follow these 6 steps. Step 1 is to make an accusation. This is optional and will end the game, so we'll come back to that in a bit. Step 2, accomplice turn. Roll the die and move the accomplice in the same way as stalling for time when you pass in the move and search step. The accomplice will steal clues as normal and will stay in this space at the start of the next episode. Step 3, flip the group text tile face up. Step 4, shuffle all 16 action cards into a new pile. Step 5, pass the first player marker left. Step 6, go back to phase 1 and start a new episode. It is possible that character movers may spawn in the same space as the accomplice. This is fine, they can move out of the accomplice's space with no issue. As the accomplice might be starting an episode outside of an apartment, they will not steal a clue tile placed in an apartment they are next to. They only steal clue tiles from apartments where they move into a space outside of that apartment. Okay, let's look at accusations. There must be a connection between the suspect and the apartment you're accusing. If everyone agrees, you name that apartment. Open the front door of the building. If it shows the apartment you named, you win, otherwise you lose. Also, if the accomplice steals 6 clue tiles, you lose. There are a couple of ways to make the game more difficult. The first is to put the suspect on the outer space of the courtyard during setup. Another way is to add random clue tiles to the clue tracker before starting the game to give the accomplice a head start. And that's how you play Only Murders in the Building, the game. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when a new video goes live. You can follow me on Insta, Twitch and YouTube at JestaThaRogue and find the blog at JestaThaRogue.com. I've been Rob aka JestaThaRogue and I'll see you soon.